You know what? I love making videos. I do. I love making videos. And today I was really excited to do a video on conspiracy theories of Doug Pederson's press conference. Doug Pederson press conference. I have my own conspiracy theory. Now, I'm going to have to maybe do this some other time because we have a report about Alshon Jeffery that we need to talk about. So let's just get into the business of Alshon and talk facts. Now you're probably saying, what do you mean? Conspiracy theory at Doug Pederson's press conference. Well, listen, Doug Pederson gave us some major hints about Carson Wentz and his recovery, but we'll have to deal with that another time. So let's talk about Alshon. Now, Alshon, a report you've probably seen, he's going to miss the first 2 weeks of the season. This really stinks. He'll miss the games against Atlanta and against Tampa Bay, and I hate that he's not going to be there. But I got to say, this isn't unexpected. We kind of thought that he would miss at least the first week of the season, and to me, what annoyed me last week was when all these reporters were coming out saying, oh, he may go on the PUP list. Why would he go on the PUP list and miss 6 weeks of the season when he only may miss 1 or 2 weeks of the season? It didn't make any sense. And of course, that's not going to happen. He's not going on the PUP list. And as far as the Eagles go in the team, they can beat Tampa Bay. I mean, they ain't even going to have Jameis Winston. Atlanta's going to be, a tough matchup. It's going to be a good game, but I believe the Eagles are going to win that game anyways. We got enough talent. We got enough weapons. We got enough guys that know how to win even when guys are injured, and they'll be able to make up for Alshon not being there. So I'm not worried about that for the first 2 weeks of the season. We're going to be okay. So, listen, don't worry about Alshon being hurt. He'll be back by week 3 and we'll be good to go. Last year we didn't have 100% Alshon. Hopefully this year we will. I'm going to have to get going and do that other video later, and we'll talk about Doug Pederson. And you know what? Before I go, I got to say this. I love Doug Pederson. I do. I love Doug Pederson. He told the media today, he said, you'll know who the starting quarterback is 90 minutes before kickoff. 90 minutes before kickoff, you'll know who the starting quarterback is. Man, you know what? The hell with it. Let's just do the video right now. Kick the red, double move on the red. Yo, everybody, how you doing? King Ding back here. So, Doug Pederson had a presser today. He had a very interesting press conference. At least I found it very interesting. Now, I'm a conspiracy theorist by nature. Yes, I am. I always look for the hidden meaning and what things mean. But I think this was self-explanatory when you listen and think about what Doug Pederson said. Now, I'm going to put the press conference link in the description box so you guys can all take a look. This was a very interesting press conference and very informational. And I think that Doug Pederson said more than enough to the media about what's really going on. All they have to do is really think about it, okay? So, basically, Doug Pederson is handling this quarterback situation the right way. He's handling it perfect. I wouldn't handle it any other way but the way he's handling it. But what they did in the press conference today was they asked him, hey, Doug, when will you make a decision on who the starting quarterback is going to be versus the Falcons? And he said to them, privately, I'll know Friday. Publicly, you won't know until about 90 minutes before kickoff. Well, when he said that told me everything I needed to hear. And it can only mean one of two things. Number one, they ain't telling anybody if Carson Wentz has been cleared or not. Now, if this is the case, I don't know how they can pull that off for a week. I don't even know if they're allowed to pull that off for a week. Because once you come out with these injury reports, if he's not cleared, I don't think you can put him on questionable. You would have to put him on the injury report as out. So that doesn't really make any sense. Plus, I can't imagine they could keep that secret all week long before kickoff. I don't think that's the case. The only other way it works is Carson Wentz has to be cleared. He has to be cleared by the doctor to play. Now, if he is cleared, that doesn't mean he's going to start. There may be a situation where they say, hey, we'll clear him for backup role or for emergency quarterback, but we really prefer him not to start this week. That might happen. And then in which case, they'll go with Foles and they can keep everybody in suspense, keep the Falcons guessing 90 minutes before kickoff. But in order for that to happen, the only way it can happen is Carson Wentz has to be cleared to play. He's got to be cleared. And I think Doug Pederson either already knows he's cleared to play or knows that the doctor's leaning towards clearing him. So I think that Carson's definitely going to be cleared for this game. Now, if he doesn't play, Nick Foles will be the quarterback. And I think some people thought in my video yesterday that me saying Carson needs to start was somehow a reflection on Nick Foles. It's not. I believe if Nick Foles has to go up against the Atlanta Falcons, he's going to go and he's going to do his job and he's going to win just like he did in the Super Bowl, just like he did in the NFC Championship game. I trust Doug. I trust Nick. I trust that team to get it right, to fix the mistakes of preseason and go in and win. But what Doug said today about Carson Wentz, or about the quarterback situation, it only can mean that Carson's getting cleared, because I don't think that they can say, hey, Carson's questionable when they know the doctor didn't clear him. I think that's against the rules. If I'm wrong, somebody please tell me, but I don't think that they can do that. So it only can mean one thing. Carson Wentz is getting cleared this week after week 4 of the preseason. So if Doug Pederson is telling us the truth, and I think he is, about not knowing who the starting quarterback is 90 minutes before the kickoff, well, that can only logically, if we think about it, mean one thing. Carson Wentz has been medically cleared to play. That's the only thing it can mean, because Nate Sudfeld isn't getting a start. It's not even a question. So, yes, the only way we can know 90 minutes beforehand, like Doug claims, is if Carson Wentz is cleared to play. Now, the Eagles can't falsify an injury report. They can't knowingly know Carson isn't cleared and is out and then put him in as questionable. I'm pretty sure that's against the rules. You can get in trouble for that. So the only way is that Carson is cleared medically, and that's what's going to happen. That's what I expect to happen, because it makes sense. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to play. That doesn't mean he's going to start. The Eagles can say, yes, he's been medically cleared, but he hasn't had enough reps. He hasn't had enough practice. We're not ready for him. He's not ready. He needs another week of practice or another 2 weeks of practice. Quite possible. But Carson Wentz is getting cleared this weekend. I have no doubt about it. Now, Doug did talk about one other thing I want to bring up real quick during the press conference, and that was about Josh Adams. He was talking about how good he's looked at training camp and at preseason, how he would have liked to see him get more reps, and how he's going to get a lot of work this Thursday. Now, a lot of people think that that 4th spot's going to Wendell Smallwood, primarily because he has special teams experience and he's an asset on special teams. So that would make sense that maybe Smallwood would edge him out. Me personally, I would cut Smallwood. The hell with it. I want Josh Adams, but Smallwood may have an advantage over Josh Adams, which brings me to my point. There are 3 guys on this team who are roster bubbles who the Eagles can't afford to lose and have to find a way to protect. That's Josh Adams, Jordan Mailata, and DeAndre Carter. Those 3 guys have to be protected, have to be kept. Josh Adams, if he is put on a practice squad or cut, I think somebody will pick him up before the Eagles can bring him back on the practice squad. Same thing with Jordan Mailata, and I think DeAndre Carter, I think he can come back, probably be okay on the practice squad, and give us another year of working with him and trying to develop him. But you can't let those 3 guys go. Those 3 guys have shown me a lot, and I think they have a lot of upside. Jordan Mailata, he's going to have to be on that 53-man roster. I don't think he can make that practice squad. Or you got to find a way for a guy to have a phantom injury and put him on IR or something. But I can't let those 3 guys walk. They have to stay. And it'll be interesting to see how the Eagles go about doing it. But Josh Adams, Jordan Mailata, and DeAndre Carter have to be protected and brought back and saved for this roster. With that said, I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on the press conference, on what he said about the starting quarterback, what guys you want to see protected on this roster. And hey, with that said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.